Welcome to another episode. Today's question is, what practices should we do to manage inner noise? What practices should we do to manage inner noise? One cannot control thoughts. Inner noise is nothing but thoughts. And one cannot control thoughts, because the desire to control is also another thought. So one thought controlling another brings conflict. It is more noise or more problems. So what one can do is let go of the thoughts. What is the important thought? What is required for your day-to-day planning? That you take seriously. Let other thoughts flow out. Come inside and go out. Pay attention to the essential thoughts only. The thoughts required for your living and planning. Let other thoughts come and go. Don't entertain them. Further to this, we will see from J.Krishnamurti's journal what he says. Reason is the order of thought, and thought is the response of the outer. Thought is the response to the outer. So logical thinking is one of the things. Because it is outer, thought puts together the inner. The outer goes to the inner. No man can live only with the outer, and the inner becomes a necessity. For the external things, for you to lead the life, you have to have the inner thinking also, your mind also. The thoughts, plan, try to use, safeguard yourself, all this, your inner is also required with respect to the outer, your responses to the outer. This is a necessity. This division on the ground, the outer and the inner. The inner is the me and the outer is the not me. So the me and the not me. The fight goes on. The division, the conflict goes on. The outer is the god of the religions and ideologies, and the inner tries to conform to those images, and the conflict ensues. There is neither the outer nor the inner, but only the whole. But actually, in reality, there is no outer and inner. This division is not there. It's a complete whole. Together, one thing. The experiencer is the experienced. Fragmentation is insanity. This wholeness is not merely a word. It is when the division as the outer and the inner utterly ceases. When the thinker is the thought. When you realize that only, the peace ensues. Thought has divided existence into outer and inner. And from this separation, conflict arises, control arises. For the survival of the inner, belief, ideology, gods, nationalities, conclusions become essential. And this also brings about untold wars and violence and sorrow. The desire for the survival of the inner, with its many images, is unease, is disharmony. Thought is disharmony. All its images, ideologies, its truths are self-contradictory and destructive. Thought has brought about, apart from its ideological and technological achievements, thought apart from its technological achievements, both outwardly and inwardly, has brought about chaos and the pleasures which soon become agonies. So that is very clear, no? The division of the outer and inner brings all the noise, all the conflict. We want to conform to the outer, the inner wants to conform to the outer, and in that is the conflict. That is the noise. So if you understand it is a whole, there is no division, then there is peace. Next, we will see from Osho, no water, no more. Without words, it is easy. You can remain silent. But without wordless, it becomes impossible. Because if you remain silent, you are using wordless. Without words, it is easy. You can remain silent. But without wordless, it becomes impossible. Because if you remain silent, you are using the wordless. And the man asked, don't use words. Don't use no words. And tell me the truth. Silence won't help. Words won't help. Language will not be of much use. Silence also is not of much use. Then what is Buddha going to do? The Buddha kept silence. But this silence is different. There are two types of silence. When you keep silence, it is a forced stillness. Normally, we keep silent. That is a forced silence because mind is still talking. Externally, we keep our mouth shut, but mind is still telling so many things, talking so much. That is a forced silence. Words are there within you. The noise is still there. Silence is just on the surface. You look silent, but you are not silent actually. This is the normal silence that we know. There is another type of silence. You force inside also to be silent. Not only externally you are silent, you force the mind also to concentrate on something, to meditate on something. Then it is forced inside also. And it can be due to external circumstances like danger. Somebody threatens you that he is going to kill you. Then you become silent because you can't do anything. You remain silent. The whole body is concentrating on the issue. There is no words. Externally you become silent. Internally you are aware of the danger and your mind concentrates on the issue and it becomes silent in a way. So on the first silence you are silent on the external, not on the surface. And inside there were words and chattering. The second silence will be wordless silence. There will be no noise within because in a dangerous situation, in a shock, the noise has stopped. But still, it is not a Buddha silence. Buddha silence is of the third type of silence, which you have not known. It is neither the noise nor with no noise. Buddha is silent. Not that he has forced his words to be silent. It is not stillness with effort. He is simply silent because there is nothing else to do. The Buddha is silent because it is not forced externally or internally. He is silent because there is nothing to do, nothing to talk about, nowhere to go, nothing. So he is silent. It is not opposite of the words. One is noise and the words. The other is wordlessness. It is forced to move away from the words to the other extreme. But Buddha is in the middle. He is silent because he has nothing to do. He has nothing to talk about. He is simply silent. It is not against noise. If you are against noise, if it is forced, then that can be disturbed easily. You know many people who are praying and or meditating, and the child starts laughing and giggling, and they are disturbed. There is some noise on the street, traffic noise. There is somebody honking the horn, and they are disturbed. A silence that is forced can be disturbed easily. Only a silence that is forced can be disturbed. But if you are really silent, in the sense of a Buddha, a child starts giggling, a bird starts singing, somebody honks the horn, the noise will be there, but you are not disturbed. Noise will come and pass just as an empty room. The noise comes from this door and goes out of that door, and there is nobody who can be disturbed. Nobody responds to that noise. So it is not disturbing anybody. The noise is there. But there is nobody to respond to that noise. Nobody gets angry. Nobody gets upset. Nobody is disturbed. The silence, the inner silence remains there. That is Buddha's silence. Next we will see from Live Zen of Osho. Kyosei is asking, what is the noise outside? The question has great implication. You can answer that if you are inside. Otherwise, who will answer? What is the noise outside? Can only be a consciousness within. If you are asleep, you cannot answer. What is the noise outside? If you are unconscious, you cannot answer. What is the noise outside? Kyosei is not really interested in the noise outside. He is interested in, are you in, are you aware? But the monk missed, because he said that is the voice of the raindrops. Kyosei is not asking anything about the objective world, the outside world, although the question appears to be so. If the monk had remained silent, allowing the raindrops to create the sound, or the bamboos, in this moment, accept your silence. There is no answer. Silence is the answer. The moment you speak, even a single word you have missed. Kyosei said, men's thinking is topsy-turvy, deluded by their own selves. They pursue things. Kyosei has not taken note, has not paid attention to the monk's answer. That is the voice of raindrops. Instead he says, men's thinking is topsy-turvy. In this small sentence, there is hidden a great secret. Perhaps you may not have ever thought about it. If in this hall there were nobody, do you think the bamboos would still be making noise? Without you, for whom they will make the noise? The noise needs somebody to hear it. If there is nobody to hear it, there is no noise. When everybody has gone in the middle of the night, the bamboos may try hard, but they cannot make the noise because there are no ears. But even if there are ears, the mind is full of thoughts, the poor bamboos will not be here. You are needed, and you are needed in such a way as if you are not. Your presence is needed. Your personality is not needed. You are needed. Your mind is not needed. Then there is simple awareness of the rain falling, or the water running, the wind passing through the pine trees, or the bamboos saying Upanishads. Do you see in this silence the clouds fill you with immense gratitude? Their joys become contagious. The fresh breeze comes, touches you, and gives a dance to every fiber of your being. So what he says is, if there is nobody present inside you, the person is not there, then the noise is not there. There should be a person to respond to that noise. If he is not there, then there is beauty. You can see all the beauties of nature surrounding you. You can hear it in that silence. You are one with that beauty of nature. The wind, the river flowing, the water running, the rains falling, everything you can enjoy. So the noise is not there. So with this we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Thank you.